It's 3:30 p.m. after school and you're chugging down your third cup of Pepsi after that glorious Happy Meal with Stacy. That girl you've been eyeing in science class? At this point, you're probably in very urgent need to visit the bathroom, but you're finally getting the chance to impress her with your clutch McDonald's coupons, so...
Keep it cool, keep it cool.
Yeah, you probably should have thought this through, kid. Although you may not spend a lot of time thinking about it, your pee's kind of a big deal. Behind every visit to the bathroom are the works of your kidneys, a pair of bean-shaped organs each the size of your fist. In addition to making sure your body has just enough water, the kidney also regulates blood pressure and blood salt levels and filters your blood. Despite being likened to a sieve that strains out the bad stuff, they're not quite like that. Most of the stuff in your blood is completely removed by the kidneys, and then your body pulls back most of the good stuff before the rest are sent to your pee. So it's probably likened better to clearing out your pockets of all its contents, put back all the good stuff like coins and your coupons for your next date with Stacy, oh yeah, and garbage like receipts, tissues, your math homework, etc., etc., I'm kidding, goes into the trash. Because the kidney's main job is to filter blood, they end up seeing a ton of it, more than 1 liter of blood every minute. The stuff in your blood changes in composition each time we eat, which we kind of need to do to survive, so our kidneys need to be on duty 24/7. Our blood enters the kidney through blood vessels that branch into tiny, twisty, microscopic filters called the nephrons, where the real business of blood cleaning and pee making happens. This occurs in 3 steps: filtration, reabsorption, and secretion. The nephron is made up of 2 main parts: the glomerular capsule, also called the Bowman's capsule, and the renal tubule. Inside the glomerular capsule are capillaries called the glomerulus that looks like a ball of yarn. The glomerulus is where all the nutrients, ions, glucose, amino acids, and waste products, collectively called the filtrate, enter the glomerular capsule from the blood. However, blood cells and proteins are too large to pass through, so they stay in the blood. This is called the glomerular filtration step. Reabsorption is where the body tries to pull back all the good stuff it wants to keep. This occurs in the renal tubule, which is divided into 3 parts based on what it pulls back into the body. The proximal convoluted tubule, called as such because it's literally as convoluted as it can be, to allow as much time and space to pull back all the usable stuff the body wants to keep. Then, the filtrate drops into the hairpin-looking like tube called the loop of Henle, where water reabsorption is the main act. You probably remember, or should remember, the idea of osmosis, where the water moves from low salt concentration to high salt concentration. This is precisely what occurs in the descending part of the loop of Henle. The water moves out of the loop and into the high concentrated, salty medulla. In the ascending part, salts from the filtrate are actively pumped into the medulla to maintain the high salt concentration there. Then, the filtrate continues to the 3rd part of the renal tubule, the distal convoluted tubule, at which point the filtrate is already technically urine, and empties at a collecting duct. This step, called the tubular secretion, is a final check for stuff in the blood that still needs to be peed out, or stuff still in the filtrate that needs to be kept in the body. It makes sense, then, that you would have more physiological control in the collecting duct to fine-tune the selection process in favor of your body's needs. An example of this is fine-tuning the amount of water you keep in your body. So when you just chugged 8 glasses of water at once, the extra water is sent to your pee. On the other hand, when you haven't drank water in a while, the kidneys release aquaporins in the lining of your collecting duct, which is a water portal that brings excess water back into your bloodstream. This is why your pee looks more like a pale yellow color when you drank a lot of water and a vibrant yellow when you're dehydrated. The final pee product in the collecting duct moves into the ureter and into your bladder, where all your urine is accumulated until the next visit to the bathroom. So, without the kidneys, our bodily fluids would crazily go out of control, and the waste from the food we eat would accumulate in our bodies to such high levels that it could kill us. It's a good thing, then, that we have 2.